YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to my channel. It is Miss Jourdy here with another one. I'm bringing you guys a brand new video on a game that I have never dropped on this channel. But if you follow me on Twitch, you know I've been streaming this game like crazy. It is Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. You guys, first of all, I'm having so much fun on this game. I've been grinding multiplayer. I'm about to start the dark matter grind, so you're not going to want to miss it. So again, make sure you follow me right here on my Twitch channel. But let's get into some of the goodies. I have this tradition, long-standing tradition, right, that I absolutely, positively have to beat the campaign before I dive into multiplayer. I did break that tradition last year with Modern Warfare. Didn't play that one. Obviously, Black Ops 4 did not have a campaign. But I did want to play some campaign this go around on Cold War, and I've got to tell you, I have an opinion about it. So that's all that this video is. It is my thoughts and my review on the Cold War campaign. Also with some highlights that you can check out as I'm talking, some moments, some hilarious clips to follow at the end of this video. But before I get into that, make sure you subscribe. Follow me on all of my social media platforms, but specifically on YouTube. I'm dropping some new content, definitely going to get more into Call of Duty. I've always played COD. It's just one of the games that I've stood in line for, unlike any others. And this year is no different. Literally stood in line in a pandemic for this game. So I'm committed, okay? I'm legit committed. But make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss a moment of my content. And also check out some of my previous videos, including my reaction to some crazy talk about PS5 and video games. So without further ado, let's get into my review. One thing that I did not include in my introduction is that the playthrough, my entire playthrough for this campaign is located in the description box in case you want to watch it on YouTube, but it's also over on my Twitch channel. I'll have both of those links down below. Alright you guys, so I have them all listed on my phone because I wanted to make sure I covered everything that I felt some type of way about. So first and foremost, the first thing that I had to get into, I did not like that the locations on campaign really didn't match the multiplayer. So for me, that was a really big deal, right? In the past, you notice with Call of Duty, it has always been, now that I'm actually in multiplayer and seeing the maps, you can tell that there was no synchronization between the two. It really didn't have any of that attachment. None of the maps, some of the cool ones, I really like the Vietnam, the landing area once you're in like the dream, sort of, I guess, the memory, as Belle. I really like that map a lot and that area, but I haven't seen the jungle map so far in multiplayer. Off of the initial rip of the campaign, I do kind of like that it sort of gets you into this big fight. You're taking down the airplane and it's really going hard and all this stuff, and I thought that was pretty cool. But one thing I didn't like is if you weren't in the safe house, you were jumping into some random map that really doesn't tie to any other parts of the game. So just my opinion on that, I do think that some synchronization between multiplayer and campaign is really nice. Just thinking back to Modern Warfare 2, it did have that, everyone remembers that iconic scene and that iconic moment when you're literally in the airport blasting and blowing everything up, and it's just crazy when you get into multiplayer thinking about that same map. So I would have liked to see Treyarch do a little bit more cohesion between the two. I also didn't like that there wasn't a lot of emotional connection to the players and to the characters in the game. So maybe that's just my opinion. Again, I beat the game in its entirety. I picked up all of the evidence. I did all of that. And I didn't feel a connection at all to my player and to my character. Now, Mason and Woods, I did like those guys a lot. But even though I got to create my character, I got to pick her flesh color and everything like that, you never actually saw what the player looked like. So I think that they could have tried to hit on the heartstrings a little bit more As you know, in previous Black Ops games, there's always been some sort of moment or some sort of iconic element that makes you feel like, dang, like, bro, I kind of like this dude. There was one point, sorry, this is going to be a bit of a spoiler alert. There was one moment that you had the option to pick up Park or Laser, I believe. Lazar, I think is his name actually, Lazar. And I acted way too slow, you guys, and actually didn't pick up anybody, and they both ended up dying. So, again, like, but I didn't feel bad. Like, I genuinely didn't know who to pick because I just don't know anything about them. Like, and it's just unfortunate. But yeah, that's how I felt. There was no connection to the players, and I think they could have done a better job on that. Other than the initial fight that you had when you first started the campaign, I really didn't think there were a lot of memorable moments and memorable fights in the campaign mode. So I always feel like there are a lot of memorable fights. Like, I'm quoting a Modern Warfare 2 gunfight in that airplane. Like, literally, like, well, it wasn't an airplane. It was actually just, what is it called? Sorry, my mind's escaping me.
Guilty bystander. I didn't pick nobody.
In the airport.
I didn't pick nobody.
I can recall that one from years back. So that just tells you how important, like, for me, campaign is. But for me in this one, other than the Vietnam and the initial fight where you are taking down the guy for the airplane, I don't really recall too much else. Like, it wasn't, and I literally played it like a couple days ago. So I feel like they could have turned up a little bit more on the overall just battles and things. I know they're trying to get this a bit more realistic and really things could happen. But it's a video game, like, at the end of the day, too. So I definitely think that they could have turned that up a little bit. I do remember one thing that I definitely did like, and to this point, on the opposite sides of the less explosive, there were a lot of stealth missions. And I thought that was pretty fun. I personally really like stealth. I also just beat Miles Morales, the Spider-Man game, and I felt like there were a lot of stealth missions there too. I love being stealthy. I think it's so fun because I'm so bad at it. But again, that was just really cool, and giving that opportunity to do it in Call of Duty is very fun. And I thought that was a nice touch for this game. Especially because it's one of those games that is a little bit more covert, I guess you could say. And so, also, I will say that I would take the explosive craziness over stealth any day and all day. Just my opinion, because literally you drop into Nuketown and it's like, like constantly going. So, you know, I feel like a lot of people would probably agree that the big gunfights are way more fun, but stealth is cool too. So, the last thing that I would definitely say that I really, really enjoyed was this evidence system. Again, I did not play Modern Warfare's campaign, but I did really, really like the evidence system that was presented and how it linked into the side missions. I think that was a really nice touch. In the past, there have been games that have done like intel and collectibles throughout the game, but they really haven't added anything to the campaign. It really did take the story up a notch. At the end of the story, and again, sorry, this might be a bit of a spoiler, they do recap all the evidence you collected and sort of break down what you did. So I won't say exactly what the evidence is or what the side missions are or anything like that, but it does break down what you accomplished and what you were able to do when you were playing the campaign. So I thought that was a really nice touch, and I think the evidence and everything like that lined up perfectly to my character's mission and what you're supposed to be doing with that character set. So I thought that's really important, and I really, really enjoyed it. I thought that was a nice touch, and I do think that other games could benefit from maybe doing less collectibles and more of that evidence system that helps you tie into a good side mission. And if you don't do the evidence or whatever the little pieces are that a game wants to call it, if you don't do that, then you won't be able to complete the side mission, or the side mission will ultimately be somewhat incomplete. So I thought that was really cool, and I thought that was a really nice touch to the game. Overall, I didn't think that this campaign was very memorable compared to previous campaigns. I've been playing Call of Duty since World at War, so I've been playing it for a very long time. Again, I did skip Advanced Warfare, and I did skip Infinite, maybe. But overall, I just didn't think this campaign was as memorable. I'm a little disappointed, but I still played it, got it out the way, and wanted to share this review to you guys. Again, as I previously said, did not play the Modern Warfare campaign, so I cannot directly compare it to that one, as that is the most recent title that just came out from Infinity Ward. But I can compare it to previous ones that I have played, and I really didn't like it as much. And maybe it's because I'm a little bit older than I was when I was a kid. So overall, if I had to rate this campaign on a scale of 1 to 5, Apple scale, I'd probably give it a 2.5. There was potential, but it wasn't really enough, in my opinion, for a passing grade. But I think what saved it for me is the stealth mission. The evidence system, while it wasn't a whole big deal, I would have gave it 3 stars if there was a little bit more to the evidence system. But I don't think those 2 things alone can really carry the game. I feel like having that emotional connection and a great story is better than anything else, especially when it comes to a single player mode. But I also know that for Call of Duty, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Activision, all those guys, campaign is not their bread and butter. They focus on multiplayer, zombies, and esports. So I do understand. Obviously, the campaign was an add-on, so I do understand why it wasn't a lot of focus and time given specifically to that. So overall, I still enjoyed it. I still played it. Check out some of these clips, you guys. And that's gonna do it for my thoughts, my review, my opinion. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, and leave a comment down below. What mode are you looking forward to playing in Black Ops Cold War when you do get your hands on it? Until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Oh my god. Thai official, what's up? Okay, dang it. Oh my god. I don't know. Oh my god. Oh my god. That freaked me out. Oh my god. It was just like CHL. Oh, is it Charleston? CHARLE. Charlotte. Is it Charlotte? I feel like I'm getting so close. It's one of those. Okay, I see Charlotte. Okay, maybe Charlotte is the code.
Now that we got what we need, we can safely move on Aldrin.
So it was 3858. What was that? That was so weird.
Go through the door.
What the f is that on the end?